Good evening, my dear viewers, and welcome to the Checkpoint. Our guest tonight is Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Tombong Jatta, a veteran politician who represented the Serekunda East constituency in the National Assembly for over 2 decades, was also the majority leader in the House until after the fall of the APRC government in the 2016 December presidential elections. For more, follow Ablaisi on this interview.
Fabakary Tombong Jatta, APRC party leader, welcome to the Checkpoint.
Thank you very much.
Recently you held a rally, a massive one indeed. What was the idea behind that? Are you trying to revive the party?
It's not about revival of the party. The party has been in existence, though we had some challenges, but the main purpose of the rally was one, after 9 months of this new government, despite all what had been said against the APRC and President Jammeh, we decided to call the people to see their reactions to what had been said to them. That was one reason. 2, we tried to bring along, because in the restructuring of the party, we had decided to have representation at the national coordinating level, this time from all the consequences in the Gambia. So we want to get each of those 5 people from the consequences in the Gambia to the rally and discuss issues with them. The other point is to sensitize people also on what the challenges we have had, some of which we believe were not correct, were not true. Example, during the last parliamentary elections, I went on tour with some of my executive members, and we went to some places where we were told categorically that they were told that APRC was banned and that it was illegal to join the APRC. I remember in one place in Same, the old man was crying. You know, he could not believe that we were there as APRC, because their information was that to talk about APRC or to belong to APRC was illegal. So these are messages that we think we should inform the people, to clear the air, for them to understand that it's their right to belong to any political party, including the APRC. These were, and also, final one was, are we dead? Because the claim is APRC no more. Are we dead? We called people, to show people. We call it a 50,000 man rally. But what the turnout is for everybody to guess and see.
To show people you are not dead. That's why in the beginning I said, was it to revive the party? Because the mere fact that people are assuming or thinking we are dead.
When you talk about revival, that's for people who believe we are dead. We believe that we are not dead.
Very good. 1 year ago, you were in power. That is the APRC party. And now you've lost. What went wrong?
For me, remember, we had a lot of challenges. You know, this last campaign, for instance, was a different style of campaign in using the social media, especially from within and outside the diaspora. A lot of informations were disseminated through the social media. A lot of contacts were made by people who were opposed to the APRC to their various families. A lot of cassettes were used at various bantabas in the Gambia, claiming to show that the APRC or Yaya Jammeh was tribalist and was insulting Mandinkas. So a lot of those things happened.
Was there an element of truth in that?
Yes, he said something against the Mandinkas. I don't dispute that. But he said something against the Jolas. He said something against the Fulas. So against all tribes. That's him.
Was that right?
That's right. Especially
was that right, saying something against any groups?
Any group, it is, as a leader, be honest enough to tell each and everybody how you feel and how you see things. It's not to the old style of politics where you only tell people what they want to hear. So my belief is, as a leader, I think he reserves the right to tell any group honestly and sincerely, not because of tribal or other sentiments, but for them to do good, to do better, or to put aside those bad elements that they are doing. That's my thought. If it were that he only attacked the Mandinkas, then one can see it differently. And I am Mandinka.
Okay, we move away. You said because of social media, or partly because of social media, you lost. But you were in power. You had the means to counter. You had a state infrastructure in your hands. What happened?
You see, remember, 8 political parties came together. But the greatest challenge, as I told you, was this tribal sentiment. This tribal factor had eroded the Mandinka support from the APRC. That is unquestionable. The other thing, as I said, was misinformation. You know, at the time, APRC was not very much in the social media. We were not in it.
Did you regret that?
Not necessarily regret. It's only a learning lesson. It's only a learning lesson. But even if we are to use it, we don't want to use it in a way that we would misuse it, in the sense that you misinform, you insult, you do all those things. We don't want to use it that way. If you want to use it to disseminate information to the people, as any other media house, free and fair. As difficult as it may be, it should be truthful and honest. And that was what was lacking. The other aspect of the whole issue was that I have observed during the last elections, at the end of the last elections, subsequent period, in retrospect, I came to realize that there were a lot of forces against the APRC and President Jammeh. For me, they are not genuine interest that you can act that way to misguide the people. Okay, I have many reasons for that one also. I think all those players had handicapped the elections. But at the end of the day, I even put a question mark as to the final results of the elections, personally.
So you believe the election wasn't free and fair?
Yes, I thought there were some errors that happened.
Okay, can we move away from that? We look towards the future.
Okay.
The APRC, judging by the last parliamentary elections, won only in the West Coast region, and to be specific, only in Fonyi. What are you doing to make the party more inclusive? Because Fonyi alone wouldn't take you anywhere.
No, but you know, the last rally has indicated that it's not only Fonyi alone. 1. 2, I've just told you that we are having a national coordinating committee that encompasses all consequences in the Gambia.
Did you have that before?
No, we never had that. We had a national coordinating committee that was selective, you know, from people within the executive who were put there, and the executive was just the MPs and the cabinet. We want participatory democracy, where people who live in their areas know, and they will be part of the decision-making body of the APRC. Winning only the Fonyis, yes, but if you look at the results, as I told you, we went round. There were people who were not connected. Some of our executive committees no longer worked. Some have changed hands to various political parties, to the coalition, etc. And because of that, it was difficult, and we never had the means to tour the country as we want at the time. So what happened was, most people in the provinces were not in touch with the realities here. Their informations, we had no means of clearing their doubts. So all those things played a role. But if you look at the result gaps where we contested, in most of them the gap is minimal.
Yeah, but still we lost.
Yeah, still we lost, and we graciously lost. And we had challenges on those things. We even had tried to engage a lawyer for us to be able to go to court on some areas. But our problem was, our counting agents cannot provide certified copies of the results.
Okay, who is funding the APRC party?
Now, we are funding it ourselves. We're getting money from ourselves. We're getting money from people within the party. We're getting money from sympathizers of the party. And we're getting some small funds also from the diaspora, APRC chapters in the diaspora.
Does that include the former president?
No, the former president has not given us one single dime.
Are you in touch with him?
Somebody asked me yesterday, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I take that to be personal, because what's happening is he's a citizen of the Gambia. He has a right to come to the Gambia. He has a right to talk to anybody.
When I say you, I mean the APRC party.
The APRC party. I for one, I don't want to talk about it, because if you say the APRC party, as leader, there are some members of the APRC executive or APRC within the Gambia, some family members, etc. They are all members of the APRC. But what I do know is we have not got anything from him. We have not heard anything from him. And we are supported entirely by ourselves, APRC supporters here and sympathizers in the Gambia and the diaspora.
Is that a good thing, to disconnect yourself from the founding father?
We have not, and we will never disconnect ourselves from the founding father. I have said it in the rally. We are proud of him, and we are proud to associate ourselves with ex-President Yahya Jammeh. We are more than proud. In fact, people come to us and say, why don't you expel or put away Yahya Jammeh or change the party name? Why should we do that? We are what we are because of the achievements of the APRC. And we have achieved those things under his leadership. So we are proud of him. And we are also happy he's kept silent since he left here. In a situation like this, you will be talking, you will be doing that, you will be saying this, you will be doing that. People attribute a lot of things to you that may not be true. So they can cause agitation and all these things. For him to keep silent and go about his normal business, we are comfortable with that.
Is there any internal power struggle within the APRC at the moment?
Oh, I am not aware of internal power struggle.
No splinter groups?
No splinter groups. We know of people who were in the APRC who are left. We know of people who are left and they are now back. But I am not aware of any splinter group in the APRC.
When you were in power, you were happy to welcome people from the opposition.
Yeah.
Now the APRC is in the opposition. How are you finding life in the opposition?
It's a challenge. What we try to do as an opposition, and it's good that we experience to be opposition, what we try to do is to serve as a...
Are you happy to be in the opposition?
I am more than happy to be in the opposition.
Are you proud of it?
Yeah, I am proud of it because,
You are proud of losing?
Yeah, I'm proud to be people to decide and say, we give somebody a chance. Now that will enable us to make comparisons between what the claims against us and what those people who made those promises, what they have achieved.
Coming straight to that, what is your assessment of the new government?
It's serious. For me, they had all the opportunities to build on what the APRC has done and probably surpass it because of many reasons.
Under a year?
Yes, the Mandinka proverb, when the APRC came, or when the revolution came in 1994, within 9 months, people have seen what had happened.
Now, what has gone wrong? What is your assessment?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to now. My assessment is they have all the opportunities that we never had. They are in good terms with the West. They have done everything. There is assistance coming. They still have the government running. But they cannot hardly do anything that's visible or that is known to us. One, for many reasons. You see, a coalition government, we have a coalition government of 7 political parties and an independent. President Barrow is an independent candidate. Now, when we went into parliamentary elections, for the executive, that's the president, to have something to do with parliament, all political parties went on their own. I had expected that political parties will go into coalition MPs for the duration of the coalition president. That is, they will have their coalition candidates, and then the president will know that he can directly deal and freely deal and honestly deal with his parliamentarians. But now all parliamentarians are accountable and answerable to their political leaders, their political parties, for which President Barrow has no so. 2, I have observed from all indications that each and all of us, political leaders, we all want to be future leaders of this country. We want to be presidents tomorrow.
Is that true for you? Do you want to be
Yeah,
president?
we want to come back.
You want to be president
Yeah,
yourself?
we want to become back. But for them, now they are president. They should see themselves as president and then work until that term is expired. Then they should aspire.
To be specific, what do you think they are not doing right?
This is what I'm telling you now. One reason is, if all of us who have joined, whilst ruling, we all trying to work on how we become president, it is difficult for anybody to focus on what do we deliver, because you don't see yourself as part of that government. Its successes and failures don't hamper you. That's my belief. So what I'm saying is, it is, if a government is constituted as a coalition government, all hands, in fact, if I were President Barrow, all hands will have been on deck and all checks and balances done to ensure efficiency and capacity in the executive, so that he will be able to deliver within his term limit what he can. But now...
All right. A few months ago, you held a press conference, that is the APRC, and you said the new government is not doing well with the economy. The cost of living is rising, they are arresting people, they are doing this and that. But you don't think those things were here? They inherited those things?
You know, a lot of times people have asked me this question.
Yeah, you said job opportunities weren't available?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, when we were in government, the claim by the coalition was we were not transparent, rule of law was not happening, bad governance, etc.
Was that true?
These were the claims by the opposition. And they told Gambians that we want to put an end to those things. Vote for us, we will change everything. Now, they are in government. Now, when they do one thing, for instance, I get up and say, why are you doing A? Or why did you kill Haruna Jatta? They will tell me, but you were doing it. You did it. That is the worst style of government. It means we are better than you. Because if we come back, we will not go back to say, because these people were doing this, we will do that. We as a party have the opportunity to reflect inward and see our weaknesses and our strengths, and then put in measures that would prevent a recurrence of our weaknesses, and put in measures to consolidate and expand our strengths. That's what the human being is, not a party itself.
If you are to be objective, what good thing do you think the new government is doing or has brought?
For me?
For the whole country?
Probably what I would say is probably they are able to secure a lot of funding from outside. Okay. Yes, they were able to secure. We are yet to see the fruits of those funds.
What about freedom of expression?
Freedom of expression. I was called to the police. No political leader, even during our time, was called for questioning on what I believe I said.
But the national media is here speaking to you, and it's going to be played on the national
media. The national media probably is because of some other things that we are here. We are not here. We are not at our rally.
Is that
and the following? No, we are not at our rally. And then the following day, we were at the UDP rally. And from what we understand, there were pressures on you. So what we are saying is, look, we as a party are saying.
But you don't acknowledge it as a change.
No, we are. You know what we are saying. What I'm saying is, we are suffering. Our people have been arrested. Our people have been shut down. There were fracases in Kamfenda. Rather than taking all the parties for questioning, you took only APRC. The Sibanor issue. We were celebrating our celebrations. The police even agreed that we have the right to celebrate. The police commissioner, the police head in Sibanor, when he said APRC is right, they are being troubled by these people. He was removed and transferred. So you call that?
If you were in power, how would you have handled that differently?
You see, the maturity of the human being. You see, Gambians want something good. We cannot forward. I have said this even when I was in government. I have said that African leaders, we must begin to draw lines. You see, why people vote us into power is not for any other thing besides to provide the best for them. We cannot all the time be hammering on the past and the past. We should learn from the past.
No, it's not the past. We're saying if an APRC government is in charge, how would it have acted?
You see, this is why I said we have agreed that we had made errors. And what we are doing now, when we come to power, those things will never happen in our government again. We have said that. Though we may make errors in governance, as any other human being, But we will do as much as possible to prevent a recurrence of especially serious errors. Human errors we will understand.
Yeah, I was just coming to this error thing. What do you think the APRC has done that you have regretted?
I wish as APRC we were able to empower only APRC faithfuls at the time so that they will be able to give the correct advice to the president at the time.
So the president was wrongly advised?
For me, I have had opportunities to talk with the president. And between me and God, my God, I'm an old man now. He is somebody who will question anything you tell him, but you can convince him if you have your facts. And if he trusts you, he will tell you what he feels. The other thing was the proper checks. You know, people went to the extent of concentrating on everything to the presidency. I remember even in Parliament, I remember there was a write-up. A cleaner was being warned for something, and then I saw the letter, and it was CC Office of the President. At the Office of the Clerk and the Office of the Speaker, I said to them, look, this is most undone. If I were the president, I see this letter, I will remove all of you. Because cleaner's issue is your determination. How can you inform the president about you disciplining a cleaner? So everything, people went to the extent of every small thing is gone there. So that
who created that system?
It's the people themselves.
Not the APRC.
Not the system was not APRC. The system, people were in governance who were not APRC. You know that. Our government was full of people who were opposition. You know it. So, but that is good. Because it's a government of the people. It should be based on merit. You cannot come to government and I say, you are not APRC, get out. No, what you should do is, you go by the code. There is a code that governs civil servants. So if you are going by those codes and you are performing and you are not sabotaging, then you have the right to walk and do whatever you want to do. But take responsibility. Leaders must take responsibility. This is our problem. Everybody, there was no much innovation at the end. People just refer to the file, copy what is there, even to write letters, that's what they do. Similar letters. No innovation. And my belief is, it's only human beings who can make errors. What the different types of errors are, deliberate or human. If a human being in trying to make a thing good makes an error, that's not punishable.
So were there any measures by the government to rectify such things?
I know that we have had a lot of regulatory frameworks, etc., rules, etc., to ensure transparency, to ensure probity, to ensure all these things. But those are letters in the book, wordings in a book. They should be translated, they should be seen to be done. And it is everybody's responsibility to ensure that. If I am to do something right and I am punished, I take God for that. That's what people should believe in. And in our new government, that's what we will make people to believe in. Take responsibility, and for human errors, please be innovative as much as possible.
You've learned a hard lesson. Now we come to the Commission of Inquiry. How do you see it?
Yeah, you see, the Commission of Inquiry, I said it earlier, government reserves the right to investigate or question any other thing that they think or believe must have gone wrong, to find out. I have no objections against that. My objection is they are using it as a propaganda tool in the sense that they are making people believe what is being said was what was done by President Jammeh and APRC. That's not true. There are no conclusions from the commission. Do we have? These are all allegations. So far, if I go there, I say what I want. I have taken this money, yes, I have given it to Modu or to Yaya Jammeh. What proofs? So, for now, the GRTS, various things, they use it as a platform to make people believe that APRC or Yaya Jammeh was as bad as what was being said, inconclusively. Under the cardinal principle in law...
So you're saying the commission is just a political show?
No, I'm not saying that. I say you are using it as a political show.
When you say you, who do you mean?
I mean the government who are GRTS and government. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because rather than make people believe that these are what people say and they are not conclusive, you are making people believe that this is what has happened.
How?
How?
GRTS never said.
Look,
or never gave a conclusive
journalism is to tell the people you are to remove the shaft from the distinct so that people understand and understand rightly. You are to inform people correctly. It's your role to inform people correctly. So if you are just saying that you are just putting it as they are and you are making people like Sadio Barrow, when they talk, they believe, they say it as APRC has done everything bad. Two, I have never heard on GRTS or any other social or print media that APRC has done this one good. Never heard it. Between me and God. I have never heard it. As bad as we may be, we have done one or two goods. We have never heard those things. That's the commission. The other thing about the commission is our accounts are frozen. President Jammeh, yes, fine, let them freeze his accounts. They know what to do. According to them, they are trying to find out. But we have our party accounts that President Jammeh only knows that it exists. His Butut is not there.
Is it in his name?
It is in APRC's name. And the monies are coming from us, direct deductions, MPs, ministers, party stalwarts, and our fundraising. Why do you have to freeze those accounts?
But it's frozen, not seized.
It's frozen. Why frozen in the first place? We are a party. We are a party. We are not, that's not government. We are a party. We contribute from my money to it.
Okay, still we come to your party. There are others who have the opinion that the APRC should in fact be banned. What is your message to them?
They have not adduced. If you tell me APRC should be banned, is it because they are popular? Let them give us reason why it should be banned. If some of those people who are saying that, they are saying it based on the fact that APRC can come back to government, and APRC is popular still. So the best way out is to ban it. Okay,
we'll test your popularity. We're coming to the local government elections.
Yeah. You know, I said in my last press conference here that you never attended, that following our meeting, the UDP rally at Banjulindi, it was all about banning, why giving APRC the permit, and why not ban the APRC. And I said, we must thank Lawyer Dabo for honestly telling the people that they cannot ban the APRC. And two, if they want it banned, let their MPs go to the electorates, talk to them so that nobody supports APRC, and APRC will eventually ban. I acknowledge that. And nobody can ban us.
Yeah, we're running out of time, but we want to just clarify this. Yes. Any proposed alliance with GDC?
No, you see, well, you know, what made people believe that there are probable alliances is that GDC, when I was called to the police, the GDC leader was not in town. He was in Germany. He called to show his solidarity. The following day, the whole executive of GDC came here to show their solidarity with us. Their youth wing came and showed their solidarity. We appreciate that very much. And we must say it.
Is there a possibility of an alliance with the GDC?
There's a possibility of an alliance with any political party. We are not saying that we cannot align or we cannot have alliance with political parties. But we must be recognized as a formidable force. We are not out here, what people are singing or talking about, believing these false beliefs that APRC is this thing. APRC is popular because of our achievements. APRC is still popular. That's why we had that type of rally. We are popular, and we have more in the pipeline going.
You believe you'll form the next government?
I've said it, and take it from me, that the next government is either APRC or APRC who will crown the king. Meaning, we may come up with somebody, and then take somebody as leader, and then we all join and crown him. But for us, that is inevitable.
Fabakary
I want to send a message. We as a party, we believe in peace and discipline. We don't believe in violence. Despite what had happened to us, the leadership of this party has stood strongly to ensure that people don't go out to the streets. We believe in engaging government on issues. We believe that if we are to come to power, we must come to power based on the free will of the people. People must not, nobody should doubt that. But we should be respected and given our dues. this signal we want to send. And I will conclude by saying, thank God, GRTS, you are bold enough to come and have us an interview. I will say this because for me, I was personally touched because I had thought that GRTS will cover our rally to teach us a lesson, according to them, that yes, you are not covering some rallies of the opposition, but we are here for a change, and we are here now. We have covered your rally, but you have showed us that you are even worse than us. You know, that much I know. So I don't know what happened when the spokesperson told me GRTS will want to have an interview with you. I said to him, "Are you sure it's GRTS?" He said, "Yes, GRTS." I said, "Fine, we are open." Thank you very much.
Fabakary Tombong Jatta, party leader, thank you very much.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.